residents get their daily water supply from the Everglades. How are you working to promote Everglades restoration projects?
Very simple, not just the Everglades restoration projects, but also beach renourishment projects, because that also is part of our tourism industry as well as the Everglades. I have to tell you that I think that Michelle Bachman said something that was an incredible faux pas yesterday when she mentioned possibly looking for energy resources in the Everglades. And so when I see her next week, I'll straighten her out about that.
There is one question here, I'm not familiar with what it is, regarding the Keystone XL pipeline. Are you familiar with that?
Yes, that's the pipeline I think that's coming out of Canada.
Right.
It's an oil gas pipeline, oil pipeline.
Oil pipeline. Christina
oil shale.
Novaton wants to know, do you support the Keystone XL pipeline to solve some of our energy needs in this country?
Yeah, yes, I do, because I think right now when we look at I would rather have a pipeline coming from Canada to continue to send our money to Saudi Arabia, to Venezuela, possibly to Canada. We need to be very concerned about a Spanish company called Repsol. Repsol is right now looking to drill off of the international waters of Key West, about 10 miles away, and they're going to go into depths that are deeper than what the Deepwater Horizon did. And if you understand slant drilling, you understand that you can offset a platform about 40 miles, slant drill underneath the water, and you can go into the continental shelf. The thing is, though, they are going to establish that platform in Cuban waters, which means we can't say or do anything about it. If there is some type of incident there, that oil slick will go into the Gulf Stream, and you know exactly where it's coming. This is where I believe, and I got on a piece of legislation with Vern Buchanan to prevent these companies and prevent Cuba from allowing people to come in and slant drill and drill within the X amount of miles of our international water line. We cannot allow that to happen.
Sir, can I say something to you?
Congressman, I wanted to move on to some questions regarding jobs. And there are some broad ones and some specific ones that I want to ask you. Emmanuel Moore asks, what do you feel is the best way to improve employment in Florida as well as in the United States? But can you specifically focus on Florida?
Sure. One of the things we look at down in South Florida, we have an unemployment that's, I believe, about 11%. It is three things that we have to have, and I call it confidence, capital, and certainty. We have to have confidence in the economic policies, the tax policies, and the regulatory policies that are coming out of Washington, D.C., through the state, down to our local level. You have small businesses out there that are looking to grow, but because of the tax burden that they have, because of the regulatory burden that we're putting on them, because of such things like the healthcare law, where they're taking people off their healthcare plans, or they're putting them on part-time because they cannot afford the increase of the insurance policies. Those are the type of things we have to turn around. When you look at the access to capital, one of the things we can do right here, you have small banks who want to lend to our small businesses. But when you read the Dodd-Frank bill, the Dodd-Frank bill has now included a lot of our small banks under the same net that the larger banks have been caught under. And our small banks can't contend with all of the examiners and regulators that are coming down and telling them that they have to reclassify good loans as negative loans and negative assets because they can't carry it. So it is about the access to capital that will help our small businesses to grow. We see too many closed storefronts down here in South Florida. And the last thing is the certainty. People do not know what's going to happen day to day to day in the fiscal environment in the United States of America. So if we can rectify those things, if we can make sure we take care and restore the confidence in the small business owner, if we can open up that access to capital for small businesses so that they can grow, they can hire more Americans, and then if we can provide that certainty so that they know what's going to happen as far as tax rates a year from now, which is once again why I support a flat tax, because small businesses operate as subchapter S corporations. They use their personal income tax rate. We've got to provide them the certainty there so that they know what their rates are going to be.
Sir, can I ask a question, please?
If you have a question, you
do.
can write it down.
Can I
We've
say
got
it right
some
now?
cards,
It has to
and
go-
you can just bring it up to us. I've got a lot that we're going to get through.
Yeah, but it pertains to the subject that we were just talking about.
Shut
Shut up! Be quiet. I'm talking
The
to
next
myself.
question is from
Sir, I have a question.
Marguerite
Can I ask it real
Collins
quick?
of Palm Beach
I'm going
Gardens.
to say something. Okay,
And
just
she
real quick,
wants to know,
respectfully.
sir, if you have a question, we'd be happy to
I have a
ask it. You
respectful
just write
question
it
that I
down.
would love to ask.
Can you just write it down? That'd be really helpful. Thank you.
I have a respectful question I'd like to ask you, sir.
To help those
It has to do with the
employees
pipeline.
specifically are you in favor of tax deductions for outsourcing?
No, I'm not. And I think that when you look at the problem here in the United States of America, we are outsourcing too many jobs. There was a little bit of an urban legend going around that there were certain, like fast food restaurants, that were outsourcing their drive-through lanes. We don't need to do that. I think the most important thing is how do we give competitive tax rates to our corporations and businesses so that those jobs come back to the United States of America. And then you don't need to have subsidies. And if they continue to outsource, when you have given them that competitive tax rate, then you have every right to fine them. But see, right now, we are creating that problem. Remember that self-looking ice cream cone? We're telling these corporations and businesses, we're pushing them away from the United States of America. And then we're fining them for having these incredibly high tax policies that aren't enabling them to grow. They want to come to America. They want to grow. We just need to set the conditions for the private sector